Do I have to file ISF for musical instruments? Do I have to file an Importer Security Filing, ISF, for musical instruments? Let's delve into this topic and shed some light on the requirements and exemptions for ISF filings when it comes to musical instruments. When it comes to importing musical instruments, the answer to whether or not an ISF filing is required is not a simple yes or no. It depends on various factors such as the nature of the instruments, the value of the shipment, and the mode of transportation. If you are importing musical instruments into the United States, it is crucial to understand the regulatory requirements and stay in compliance with customs regulations to avoid any penalties or delays. The first factor to consider is the nature of the musical instruments you are importing. Generally, if the instruments are newly manufactured or commercially available, an ISF filing is required. This includes instruments such as guitars, pianos, drums, violins, and so on. However, if you are importing antique or vintage musical instruments that are over 100 years old and have historical or cultural value, they may be exempt from ISF filing requirements. It is essential to provide appropriate documentation and prove the age and historical significance of the instruments to claim this exemption. The second factor that determines whether an ISF filing is necessary is the value of the shipment. The ISF filing requirement applies when the value of the goods, including the musical instruments, is above $2,500. However, if the shipment has a value of less than $2,500, you may not be required to file an ISF. Nevertheless, it is essential to note that even if the shipment value falls below the threshold, other customs requirements, such as proper classification and documentation, still apply. The third factor to consider is the mode of transportation for your musical instruments. If your instruments are being shipped by ocean freight, an ISF filing is mandatory. The ISF must be submitted at least 24 hours prior to the cargo being loaded onto the vessel at the port of origin. Failure to file the ISF within the specified timeframe can result in penalties and delays in customs clearance. On the other hand, if you are importing musical instruments by air or other non-ocean modes of transport, an ISF filing is generally not required. It is important to highlight that an ISF filing is separate from a customs bond, which is often required for all imported goods. A customs bond ensures that the importer meets their financial obligations, such as paying duties and taxes. However, an ISF filing is specific to providing advance information about the imported goods, their origin, and other relevant details to the customs authorities. In conclusion, whether or not you need to file an ISF for musical instruments depends on the nature of the instruments, their value, and the mode of transportation. If the musical instruments are newly manufactured, commercially available, and have a shipment value above $2,500, an ISF filing is generally required. Additionally, if your instruments are being shipped by ocean freight, an ISF filing is mandatory. However, antique or vintage musical instruments may be exempt from ISF filing requirements. Remember, staying informed about customs regulations and working with a reliable customs broker can help ensure a smooth and compliant import process for your musical instruments. Thank you for watching. We hope this video provided you with valuable insights into the ISF requirements for importing musical instruments. If you have any further questions or topics you'd like us to cover in our upcoming videos, please leave a comment below. Disclaimer note below: don't forget to subscribe and tune in to our future videos for more informative content related to customs brokerage and international trade.